Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with a terrifying tale from the Lone Star State itself, Texas. This is a haunted highway. In Texas, there's a long stretch of road between Houston and San Antonio known as Dead Man's Curve. The name itself gives off some pretty dark vibes, right? Well, those vibes are only amplified by the legend surrounding it. Legend has it that if you drive past this stretch of road after midnight, you will see the ghost of a woman in white standing on the side of the road. And if you stop to help her, she'll suddenly vanish into thin air. Some people say the ghost is actually a hitchhiker who vanished without a trace years ago. Others say she's the spirit of a young girl who was murdered by her lover. Whatever the case may be, no one dares to drive past Dead Man's Curve after midnight. That is until one American named Daniel. It all happened back in 2019. Daniel decided to take a trip down Dead Man's Curve. It was around AM when he passed by the infamous stretch of road. But what he saw on the side of the road made him slam on his brakes. Standing there in the moonlight was the ghost of a woman. She was dressed in an old-fashioned white dress and she was waving at him frantically. Daniel got scared, but he stopped anyway. He didn't know why, but something compelled him to help her. He got out of his car, but when he looked around, there was no sign of the woman. He couldn't believe his eyes. Had she really been standing there just a moment ago? Or was he losing his mind? Either way, he got back in his car and drove off. But he soon realized that he wasn't alone. As he sped down the highway, he felt as though he was being watched. Glancing in his rearview mirror, he saw the woman in white again. Except now she was walking toward his car. He tried to ignore her, but she kept appearing in his mirror. Soon enough, she was right behind him, tapping on his rear window. Daniel pulled over and turned around, but when he looked out the window, he saw a horrifying sight. Right behind his car was a handprint, a bloody handprint. He rushed outside, but when he looked around, there was nothing there. He looked back at the handprint and realized it was still there. It hadn't disappeared, and that's when he knew he was in real trouble. What did the ghost want from him? Was she trying to warn him? Was she the one who wanted to harm him? Those questions raced through his mind as he stared at the bloody handprint. Then he remembered the stories about Dead Man's Curve. People had vanished there before. Had he made the same mistake they had? Was he gonna disappear next? Daniel tried to wipe the handprint off, but it wouldn't budge. He tried to ignore it, but it only got bigger. Panicked, he got back in his car and drove away. As fast as he could, he didn't dare look back. But the image of that bloody handprint was seared into his mind. To this day, Daniel keeps that rear window in his car covered with a blanket. He doesn't ever want to see the bloody handprint again. And no one can blame him for that. Some things are best left unseen. So let this be a lesson to all of you out there. Never drive down a haunted highway, especially not in the middle of the night. Who knows what kind of ghosts you might find there? And if you do, please stay safe. Don't make eye contact or try to interact with them. Just keep driving. If you do see a ghost on the side of the road, don't stop for them. If you see a ghost in your bedroom, don't engage with them. If you see a ghost in the forest, run away. Now, we don't know whether this story is true or not. There are many ghost stories associated with Dead Man's Curve, but none of them have been proven true. Still, it makes for a very scary story, doesn't it? So do you believe in ghosts? Have you ever seen one? Let me know in the comments. Also, be sure to stay tuned. I've got plenty more terrifying tales for you. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye.